Are you ready?
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is a strange case of Sean here with the finale of my story, 2 words for you. A story written by me with some assistance from ChatGPT. This is the final chapter of the story that was told in 3 parts. Be sure to check out parts 1 and part 2 as well. We've come a long way from the beginning of a new era on Netflix all the way to the biggest WrestleMania in WWE history. We saw a friendship implode and one take power for themselves, while ultimately learning they were a pawn in a chess game all along. WWE CRO Shawn Michaels was given full control of the roster and shows, a power given to him by the final boss, The Rock. To take this power, he needed to eliminate his former partner and best friend, Triple H. Eventually, The Rock confronted Shawn about his progress as CRO and said his job was on thin ice until Triple H made his return, confronting both of them. He said he spoke to the TKO board of directors, who made a match to be held under bloodline rules between the 3 of them, with the winner securing complete control of the managerial operations of the WWE. And with that said, let's get started with the finale, shall we? The crowd is amped up for the main event of the evening. First out is the final boss, The Rock. He makes his way down the ramp as he stares down the fans with disgust, walking slowly. He makes his way to the ring and taunts the crowd. Out next is current WWE CRO Shawn Michaels, wrestling his first match since 2018. Despite his sins against his friend and certain wrestlers backstage, the crowd cheers him, excited to see him wrestle once again. Finally, the lights dim, and the light shines on a throne. Sitting on that throne is the King of Kings, Triple H, in his entrance gear reminiscent to his WrestleMania 30 entrance. He removes his mask and exhibits a demeanor that is ready for a fight, and anger fills his eyes. He walks down the ring, continuing his iconic entrance. He then enters the ring. The 3 men exchange glances, finding it hard to focus as the stadium shakes from the excitement. The bell rings, and the match begins. Immediately, the 3 men are hesitant to be the first to strike. Triple H charges Shawn and blasts him with a barrage of punches, catching Shawn off guard as the anger consumes him. The Rock sees the opening and attacks Triple H from behind. Shawn and Rock form a temporary alliance against Triple H. They double team him, sending him into the ropes and hitting a double hip toss. Michael celebrates, but Rock quickly turns on him, attempting a quick rock bottom, but Shawn counters it into a back body drop. Shawn and The Rock trade punches, with The Rock gaining the upper hand and hitting a DDT. Triple H rolls to the outside, reaching under the ring for a steel chair. He re-enters, cracking The Rock across the back with the chair. Shawn ducks a swing and lands a flying forearm, giving up to a loud crowd reaction. Michaels tunes up the band for sweet chin music, but The Rock explodes with a sudden rock bottom out of nowhere. The Rock goes for a pin, but Triple H breaks it up. Triple H and The Rock continue to trade blows. Triple H brings The Rock to the corner and then delivers 10 punches. The Rock stumbles out of the corner and receives a spine buster from the game. Shawn re-enters the match and tries to roll up Triple H for a sneaky win, but it fails. Shawn pleads for mercy, but Triple H has none of it. Instead, he fakes out his former partner and hits him with a jumping knee. The Rock then hits a clothesline that turns Triple H inside out. Shawn recovers and then gets hit with a spine buster. This is followed by the most electrifying move, the People's Elbow. Rock goes for a pin, but Triple H kicks out. Rock then stalks Triple H and then he hits him with a power slam and follows that up with another People's Elbow. He goes for another pin, but Triple H kicks out. The Rock is extremely frustrated. The crowd cheers as The Rock can't seem to secure the win. He then turns to the camera and taps his forearm 2 times. This then leads to the emergence of Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa from the back. Tama beats down Shawn in a corner, while Tonga helps The Rock beat up Triple H. The Rock then goes over to the commentator table and begins talking trash to the commentators. Out from the crowd, we see the Usos come out, and they even the odds against the Bloodline. Jay attacks Tama up the ramp, while Jimmy battles Tonga on the outside. The Rock sees this and begins attacking Jimmy. Shawn gets up to the turnbuckle and dives onto The Rock. Jimmy and Tonga continue their fight into the crowd. At the ramp, we see Jay spear Tama off the stage while taking himself out as well. Triple H tries to recover in the ring, but Shawn re-enters and begins revving up the band once more. He then connects with sweet chin music. He goes for a pin, but Triple H kicks out. Shawn is baffled as the crowd cheers on Triple H. Shawn stands back up and revs the band up one more time by stomping the mat 2 times. Shawn smiles. Out from the stage, we see Carmelo Hayes and Oba Femi run down the ramp. The 3 of them begin to beat down Triple H. Oba hits him with a massive powerbomb. Oba then props him up into position for Melo to hit nothing but net. Oba drags Triple H to the center of the ring, and Shawn covers him for the pin. As the referee counts, The Rock jumps in and breaks the count, keeping the match alive. Oba and Melo are hesitant to attack The Rock. Suddenly, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens rush the ring and counter the efforts of Oba and Melo. The 4 men exit the ring and begin battling each other. Zayn and Melo exchange shots while Owens and Oba clobber each other. Melo rests on the barricade, but is then hit with a haluva kick, knocking him into the timekeeper's area. Oba goes to charge Owens, but he gets popped up into the air and powerbombed through the commentator's table. The Rock recovers and looks on at the carnage at ringside. He then turns around to get hit with sweet chin music from Shawn Michaels. He goes for the pin, but The Rock kicks out. Shawn throws a tantrum, unsure what he needs to do to be victorious. Shawn picks up The Rock and puts him into the rock bottom position. The Rock counters it and then hits his own rock bottom. He goes for another pin, but the referee is pulled out of the ring by Triple H. The Rock trash talks Triple H as he returns to the ring. The Rock tries to land some offense, but each strike is countered with strikes from Triple H. Triple H then hits a neck breaker on The Rock and follows that with a pedigree. But before he can go for a pin, he is then blasted from behind by new WWE Undisputed Champion Jacob Fatu. He grabs Triple H and hits a monstrous Samoan drop. He then splashes Shawn in the corner and then hits his trademark moonsault. He then runs outside to grab the referee. But before he can get to him, he is blasted by a returning Solo Sikoa. The crowd cheers, most actually happy to see his return. Solo recovers and then picks up Jacob, escorting him away and battling him through the crowd. The Rock crawls over to Shawn. He goes for a pin. The referee returns to the ring and begins the count, but it is broken by Triple H. The Rock and Triple H begin to rise to their feet, nose to nose, trash talking each other. The Rock slaps Triple H in the face a couple times. Triple H blocks the final slap and delivers strong strikes, each one knocking back The Rock. Triple H sends The Rock into the ropes. Rock rebounds back and sees a clothesline coming. He ducks underneath and rebounds again off the ropes, but as he turns around, he gets hit with sweet chin music. The crowd sounds with applause and cheers. The Rock stumbles into the hands of Triple H, who then hits him with a pedigree. The crowd cheers some more. Shawn and Hunter stare at each other and then look at a downed Rock. They then hit the signature DX taunt, which incites the crowd to say the famous DX catchphrase. This, however, does not shift Triple H's focus off of his former best friend, as he pulls Shawn in and hits him with strong strikes. The Rock rolls out of the ring. Shawn and Hunter wrestle back and forth for a couple more minutes. Triple H hits Shawn with a spine buster, but Triple H writhes in pain, holding his leg. Shawn shows great ring awareness by crawling to the corner and eventually rolling out of the ring to rest against the steel steps. Triple H uses the ropes to get up, but turns around to get hit with a spear from Braun Breaker, HBK's Golden Goose. Braun exits the ring and whispers something to Michaels. Michaels nods his head. He helps Shawn into the ring. Braun then pulls out a sledgehammer and re-enters the ring. Braun gives the hammer to Shawn. He waits and waits for Triple H to return to his feet when we hear, "Burn it down." The crowd erupts as the music of Seth Rollins plays and his Titantron is shown. Braun and Shawn turn to the stage, but no one comes out. Over the carnage at the commentator's table, we see Rollins run in and hit Braun in the back with the chair. He then strikes Shawn Michaels in the gut with the chair and strikes him in the back. He then throws the chair at Breaker. Rollins then hits a curb stomp on Breaker on the chair, effectively taking him out. Rollins picks up the same chair while grabbing Braun by the hair and tells him he made the worst mistake trying to end his career. Rollins slams his head to the mat. Braun rolls out of the ring. Rollins goes to deliver a direct chair shot to Shawn when Shawn hits him with a low blow. He drops the chair as he's stunned. Shawn picks up the chair and he calls for Seth to get up. He throws the chair to Rollins, who catches the chair, but then Shawn connects with sweet chin music into the chair, into Rollins' face. Rollins holds his face as he wasn't expecting his triumphant return to hurt that much. Shawn laughs. As Shawn continues to laugh, Triple H stands up behind him, holding the sledgehammer. The crowd is really excited. Shawn's face shrivels in fear, turning around to receive a shot to the gut from Triple H with the sledgehammer. Suddenly, The Rock gets up on the apron, but Triple H quickly nails Rock with a shot from the sledgehammer, knocking him back down, and he lands awkwardly. Medics go to check on him. They take him away through the crowd, thus eliminating him from the match. Shawn, on one knee, receives one more shot from the sledgehammer from Triple H. Shawn is busted open. Triple H then delivers calculated punches to the wound. Triple H taunts to the crowd, cheering him on. Triple H begins to pick up Shawn, staring at his crimson mask. He says to him, "I got 2 words for you. Game over." Triple H kicks him in the gut and delivers the greatest, most satisfying pedigree. Triple H covers Shawn for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The bell rings and the crowd erupts with happiness. Triple H regains his position in the WWE after one of the greatest triple threat matches in the history of the company. Triple H celebrates with Zayn, Owens, and Seth. Shawn Michaels is escorted to the back with Braun and Mello. WrestleMania goes off the air as the ring floods with superstars who have believed in Triple H since day one and stayed loyal to him in this dark and disconcerting time in the WWE. It's a curious question to see what's in store for WWE now with the reins being back in Triple H's hands. Will he keep the changes or revert things back to the way they were? Is his friendship with Shawn irreparable? What will the final boss's next move be? So many questions, and they're going to be left unanswered. For now. I hope you enjoyed this video and the series as a whole. Be sure to check out all the chapters if you haven't done so already. I had a tremendous amount of fun throughout the entire development of this series. There are more stories to be told, and I hope you'll tune in for them. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Stay strange, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.